Well, good morning, good morning, good morning. How is everyone? I hope you're all well. I was about to say happy Friday. That's how my week has gone so far. Having a little bit of a nightmare. It's an understatement. But anyway, straight into the meat and potatoes, because this morning we're talking about none other than Brian Kohberger and the latest kind of hot topic on the streets. And what is this hot topic, I hear you say? And it's better to show than tell. That's what they say, isn't it? Show, don't tell. Because you take it in if you're shown it, rather than just told it. So here we are, look. So this is the big news. Ignore the fact that it's from The Sun, because powerful evidence, horrific injury pics, and significant sheath clue left by Idaho Uni murderer Brian Kohberger are key to conviction. They've gone straight in with the murder. Fuck all that allegedly stuff. They're just going straight in there. In there like swimwear. He's done and dusted. Right, so suspected killer. Oh, they've gone back to suspected. Just the title, the big bold writing is murderer. Innocent until proven guilty. And later on in this video, we're going to talk about why they could have put all their eggs in one basket, and if they do, they need to be very, very careful. Suspected killer Brian Kohberger allegedly left horrific clues that are key to his possible conviction in the University of Idaho murders case, a forensic expert has said. So I've got to say this. So a forensic expert, you know, all that training, all that school and medical college, whatever you have to go through to be that kind of person, probably left clues. Left clues that are going to be important. No shit, Sherlock. Right, so here we go. Fucking hell. Kohberger, a 28-year-old former criminology PhD student at Washington State University, allegedly left behind significant evidence at the crime scene in Moscow, Idaho, that could sway the jury into a guilty verdict. We'll touch on that in a sec. And then we've got a picture of his lordship. Some little men with boxers there. Significant evidence. They're trying to insinuate, I'm guessing, that the significant evidence was probably in those boxers. That's how they've done that. There we go. There's the victims there. A trial for the brutal stabbings of roommates Kayla Gonsalves, Madison Mogan, Xana Knodel, and Ethan Chapin would still be some time away. Kohberger, who maintains his innocence, is currently being held in Latah County Jail with a preliminary hearing scheduled for the June 26th. Get that in your diary. If you haven't already, June 26th. Remember, if they've got it televised at all, come here and watch it, and we'll watch it together. In the meantime, evidence will be collected by the prosecution in hopes that it will be enough to send Kohberger to trial. Joseph Scott Morgan, a distinguished scholar of applied forensics at Jacksonville State University, who is not working on the Kohberger case, by the way, and has no direct knowledge of the actual investigation, exclusively told The Sun that he believes there are a lot of biological tiebacks and threads that will be very significant in this case. One of these potentially major clues would be the knife sheath that was left behind, if it was left behind and not planted or it weren't theirs. The K-bar knife sheath that was found near Mogan and Gonsalves' bodies has already proven instrumental in the case. Instrumental! Investigators arrested Kohberger at his parents' home in Pennsylvania in late December 2022, citing DNA from the sheath. The DNA was allegedly a familial match to another sample taken from the trash at Kohberger's parents' house. I'm going to interject here, because let's not also, for those of you who don't know either, Brian Kohberger gave his DNA into the databases that holds DNA as well. So if he was planning this situation, if this was a planned murder, then he pretty much done every single thing in his power to be caught. to be caught. We're saying he drove his own car, got caught on camera, left a witness, he left the sheath, he put his own DNA into a database, so in the event that anything was found, it was found. Does that sound like someone who's planned it all? While drunk, perhaps. So, look, we go on to say, Morgan, who also hosts true crime podcast, Body Bags, not seen it, believes the sheaf will appear again in the courtroom if Kohberger stands trial. No fucking shit, Sherlock. So if Kohberger stands trial, the sheaf that they believe belonged to the murder weapon and was left behind, had DNA on it, he thinks it's likely going to be seen again in the courtroom. I think particularly when you go before a jury, if you can put a physical weapon into the hand of the alleged perpetrator, that's powerful stuff, he said. It's powerful stuff. This seems a little bit like obvious news. In this particular case, this weapon, these injuries, I don't know that anybody can fathom what they're going to see in court. It's going to be really horrific. Morgan explained how the jury want to see the means by which these were generated. The sheath, the knife, if they can get their hands on it, is going to be significant in here. Rolling crime scene. Brian Kohberger was arrested. Moscow police asked the public to look out for a 2011 to 2013 white Hyundai Elantra. The car was later identified as belonging to Kohberger and was caught passing by off-campus home where the 4 students were murdered on the day of the stabbings, November 13, 2022. And I believe his is actually 2015. I could be wrong. Let me know down below if I've got that wrong. So they're looking for one car. He happens to have a different one. Again, if I'm right. But anyway, look, this is going on. And I don't want to keep you here for too long. But this is my concern. As they're going to go into court and they're going to show this crime scene. They're going to show these horrendous injuries. And they go on in this thing to say how this car is going to be like a DNA, a hive of, that's going to be the thing that hangs him, the car. And I thought to myself, what happens if his car's got nothing in it? What if they show this horrendous crime scene with all these injuries, and like this person said, he would have been covered in blood. He'd have been covered from head to toe. But we know he got out of the house and didn't take any outside. We didn't see any. Now, did he have other clothing on, anything like that? Did he have time to get changed? Did he have a shower? Did he do anything? Now, what if there's nothing in the car? What if there was nothing took out of the house? There was nothing in the car. There's no DNA at his property. They found no DNA on him from the victims. How are they then going to justify saying that he was there without questioning other things, like the time, how long he had to do this? The witness who said that she saw him leave, dressed all in black. There's going to be a lot of questions come up. It's not going to be the car, it's going to be DNA, and whether he's got DNA on him, and whether that car had DNA in it. And my concern is, what if it ain't? Explain that. And I'll catch you all in the next one.